story if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Set, 280. Check. And middle. Tighten up.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
High throw, but the catch is made. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Lions first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Middle.
Out of the gun, Stafford. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Ready. Blue 50.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Push him back.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, but now it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go, D, let's go. Rush in.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And this this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That second down play nets a -4. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On 2nd and 7, Stafford. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and it's 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It's called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football.
Marvin Jones. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Cousins gives way to Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. On play action, Cousins. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now this throw caught left side. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37.
First down, Minnesota.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Down, here's the run with Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Let's go, baby. 36. Check safety, check safety. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Blue draw quarter.
They go play action. Cousins. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rashawn Melvin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Hey, 280. March back forward. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Bailey got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Stafford here, coming off his pick six. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for Detroit. And even 40 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Switch up, switch up.
Here's Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football. 30, 20, 10. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
The turnover differential.
without a doubt, because
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is Stafford. Steps away to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now it's Stafford. Airing one deep for Curse. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They start the drive with Cook. And some room to maneuver. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play there out of Cook. 41 yards on the ground.
41-yard gain. And the Vikings first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Right here. Right here, right here.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins open here, Adam Thielen. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Trey Flowers in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Working out of the gun. Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Anthony Barr able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack on first down, Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Danielle Hunter, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Sam Martin now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded at the 33. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you call multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing is Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Cook running right. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Lions' 28-yard line.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Mike 54. I know he ain't got it.
The final shot before the break. Stafford looking downfield and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Cousins. Flush to his right. Left side caught by Diggs. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 44, Cousins. And Diggs has it. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run with Madison. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground, this time Cook. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. The open man is Smith. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Play fake. Cousins. Smith catches left side. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Check nickel.
Going on the ground with Madison. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Pumphrey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Now Stafford. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They'll run for it with Pumphrey. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Play action now. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
On third down, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Agnew now to return. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. The shotgun snap for Stafford. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Monday. Mike's by 4. Here we go.
Lions go for it on fourth. It's Stafford going up top. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
On first down, Stafford here. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Forced out to his left. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 22 yards there, a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's second down.
We go set. 80. Right there. 54 Mike. Drill right. 22. Check 4. White.
Throwing again. Stafford. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Stafford looks to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down. They snap it to Stafford. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Second and 5 now. Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
That's right. Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long. Third and long for Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Well, Stafford. This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point good by Prater. And that cuts this lead down to 13. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Second and 6 at the 25.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Again, it's Cook. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run it with Madison. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Let's go.
A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A toss to Cook. And an alley to run. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a 1st at the Lions' 41. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They run it again with Cook. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And the Vikings first down.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On first down, Cook. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing here, Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
On 2nd down, boom. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Minnesota, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.